spend their time, who's going to spend the next hour or so with us. My name is Amrit Gopinath. I head brand activation for Adidas. With me is Dipika Pallikal, one of our most prominent squash players over the last decade. She's the first Indian to break into the top 10 in the world rankings. She has won 11 PSA titles. She's a Commonwealth gold medalist. She's also the winner of the Arjuna Award and the Padma Shri. And most proudly of all, for me at least, she is an Adidas athlete. She has been for many years and hopefully for many years to continue. So she's going to be with us today and she's going to answer questions that you have. First, I would like to kind of just give you a brief on what the Adidas Uprising is and why we're here today. One of the core philosophies at Adidas is that through sport we have the power to change lives. And we've seen this in the past where through sport people have changed, have improved the quality of their lives physically, mentally and financially. So it's a great motivational tool for people to do that. The other insight is that Indians, and intrinsically I'm talking of people like you and me, we've all played sport when we were young, right? We played something in school or college. But as life went on, we got caught up in other things. We forgot how to sweat, we forgot how to make our muscles ache. So the brand wanted to make a point and wanted to be a catalyst to help people discover and rediscover the joy of sport. And therefore the Uprising was born. So the Uprising is essentially a day of sports in a city. And we did this last year with Delhi, Bombay and Bangalore, where we had the entire city coming down and playing any sport that they felt that they liked. And we had about 15 different sports, and not just the mainstream sports, not just crickets and footballs of the world, but your rugbies, badminton, basketball, things like wall climbing, Zumba, etc. So we did this not in one place in the city, but in multiple locations across the city, so that we brought the Uprising to the people. So people could register online and come and play the sport. And we had such an overwhelming response last year with 3 cities that we did, that this year we've extended it to 3 more cities, so 6 cities in total. And Chennai is one of the cities that we are adding to our list this year. So we've got 8 sports that we're promoting in Chennai. So things from racket sports of badminton or tennis to team sports like cricket and football. We're also going to be doing a running 10-kilometer run, cycling. We're going to have Zumba in Phoenix Market City as one of the venues. So Chennai is going to see the first edition of the Uprising, which is going to happen on October 15th and 16th next week, the week after next. So that's the whole context of what we are here for. So I would want to invite questions from any of you. Bombay and Bangalore, 45,000 people actually registered and played about 18 sports. We had about 69 venues that we booked and we conducted these games in. This year, we're looking at about close to 90,000 to 100,000 people actually joining the Uprising across 6 cities. We've increased the number of sports from 15 to 18, and we're looking at about 110 venues. So the venues are as basic as your schools and colleges to as eclectic as your stadiums that we're doing. For example, in Chennai, we tied up with Loyola College, with DB Jain College, with Munod College of Engineering for their grounds. We're also looking at stadiums like the Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium, the Sports Development Authority of Tamil Nadu, the Nungambakkam Tennis Stadium. We're also looking at a few schools like Gateway School, TI schools. We're also having venues like the Phoenix Market City in Chennai. So we're looking at different venues that we're activating, and hopefully more and more people will join this. And we're hoping that the Uprising is the first step. So it's trying to connect the brand back to sport, and then hopefully people will rediscover the joy of playing sport and then start playing on their own. So once you find yourself, and we've seen stories from last year where people had not played cricket for 10 years after they started working, or 15 years after they started working, they've actually played the sport that they love, and then they've found that they're playing on a regular basis. So it's to promote a more sporty lifestyle and a more sporty attitude among the people of India. That's the whole purpose and agenda behind the Uprising. We've got a lot of feedback and a lot of questions, and the reason we got to Chennai is because during last year's Uprising, when we conducted in Delhi and Bangalore, we had a lot of Chennaites reach out to us on Facebook. People who kind of think that when you're doing this in Chennai, there's such a great badminton, squash, tennis culture in Chennai, we need to be part of this. And Chandigarh is another city that kind of reached out to us. So we're doing Delhi, Chandigarh and Pune in the next phase of the Uprising. And who knows, next year we might increase this to more cities. We're seeing a great amount of people who participating in sports, and that's what the brand wants. We want people to be into sports and use sports to better their lives. That's it.
Any more questions? See, I've been part of the Uprising event last year in Mumbai, and we were part of. I was part of the tennis. I was part of the cricket, the footballs, and the volleyballs. And I think just going out there and seeing juniors and seeing men and women play the sport, just to get out there and play is the most important thing. And for me to be part of that event was such a great thing. So when I got the opportunity, knowing that it's going to come to Chennai, I grabbed it. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be here in Chennai when it happens, but I'm actually playing the US Open. But if I was, I would be dabble in most of the sports. But I think it's a great initiative. I think what Adidas is doing, it's not only for the juniors and it's not only for the school. I also believe it's an open category, which is the most important thing. I've always been a big advocate of being healthy at any age. So I think being a part of this initiative is very, very good.
Studies.
See, I think as an athlete, I can only speak about what has happened in my life. I think I've had very, very supportive parents. My mom, as everyone knows, my mom played cricket for India, so I was always part of a family where sport played a very important role. Be it any sport, be it just go out there and run or play basketball or throw a shot put. It was very important for me to take up a sport, and I've always been surrounded by people who have loved sport. So for me, to hear that people are lazy or they sit front of the TV playing PlayStation and stuff is very unreal for me, because I've never been a part of that life. So hopefully this thing can continue towards making people best athletes in India, and most importantly, as I keep mentioning, is just about having fun and being healthy and leading a healthy lifestyle.
Into your sort of sports pursuits?
Nothing. I mean, see, winning awards and stuff is definitely a big motivation. What has happened after the Padma Shri, probably got into the top 10 and got married. I think that's the only thing which has changed. But other than that, I think all these awards are definitely just motivations for us, and it keeps us going. And once in a while, when we get applause like this, it definitely helps to get motivated and try to win a lot more medals for the country.